What's up, buds? And welcome to the new
What's up, buds, and welcome to the Earbuds Podcast, the podcast where two friends talk about one album for this many minutes. We are your hosts. I am Lucas, if you want to be my lover, Indrakovs, and here is my buddy, my co-host, Brett. You wanna hand me. He had to do the money shot at the end. We are going to be, this is a shorty. We're going to be talking about a new album that just came out this weekend. And last week we did Lupe Fiasco's latest album, Drill Music in Zion. And what a fucking experience that was, listening to that. Got some great responses too. People seem to like that video. So we're doing another shorty this week. We are going to be talking about Municipal Waste's newest thrash metal album called Electrified Brain. Brett, do you know anything from Municipal Waste? Have you ever listened to these guys?
I think you could tell from my little get-up here that I have never heard of these guys, actually. I've never really heard any of their stuff. Before we started recording, I listened to 3 of their songs. And
okay, so you cheated.
Not on this album. But I think I got the gist of it. I think I got the gist of what they're about.
Yeah, they seem to, like a lot of late thrash albums and musicians in the last 20 years, they don't take themselves too seriously. I think thrash has weirdly become like new party music for a lot of people, and it's almost kind of goofy now. And that honestly is what got me into thrash music. So I really like, yeah. Honestly, I don't like 80s thrash or 90s thrash or anything that is just so fucking up their own ass and take themselves so seriously and think they're so cool. Municipal Waste and just like Insanity Alert and Toxic Holocaust and all these bands that are just bringing the sound back, making it fresh with new production, and just understanding that music is meant to be fun, and it's, even thrash can be party fun time music. And I like Municipal Waste, so I'm excited to hear their new album, man. They've been doing this shit since 2002 or 2003, so they are not new to the scene. These guys are not youngins, but I'm excited to hear what they do on this record.
I'm excited to hear it for the first time, man.
Sure. I mean, I feel like you don't have nearly enough patches on that vest right now.
I don't like to ruin the jacket. It gets it dirty. It gets it all worn out, You
don't want to get that nice patina that you get from wearing a jean vest hoodie combination at every single hardcore thrash show that you can go to.
No, I already lost the sleeves on this one. It's like I don't want to lose any more.
You misplaced the sleeves?
Yeah, they just got lost one day.
I hate when that happens.
You get in the pit, you get out, and you're like, oh man, I'm a lot colder now. Someone stuck these fucking spikes in my shoulders.
Yeah, those are spikes. I didn't even realize.
This used to be a nice navy blue denim jacket.
Where did you get that?
A friend gave it to me.
I'm like, I've never known you to wear anything even remotely close to that. Even in our metal band that we were in.
I would classify it as stoner rock, but
okay, sure.
Whatever you want to think about it as, man.
I call this narcore. But enough with the chit-chat. Let's get into this first song. What we're going to be doing on today's episode is going song by song and giving you our reactions. Unfortunately, YouTube is a giant dick and will not let us play the actual music on the video, but you're going to get our immediate reactions. We're going to talk about our favorite songs at the end, and then we'll give you our ratings and what we recommend, the songs that you guys should listen to. So let's start with song number 1. Brett, it is called Electrified Brain. Weird. Let's get into it, man. You ready?
I'm ready, man. I'm ready for a nice chill time. Let's just fucking hang out.
I think we're going to be
grooving.
Let's just
fucking chill.
Yeah, let's chill, dude. Let's chill with an Electrified Brain.
Hell Yes,
Hell
dude.
fucking yes, dude. This is exactly the music I've been needing right now.
Yeah, we've been talking about, I mean, a lot of great albums. We took up Lupe Fiasco, fucking Black Moth Super Rainbow.
Yes.
But like, it's been a while since we've just gotten raw and dirty, dude.
For real, man. I mean, I don't think we've talked about a genuine metal album, like a just full-on metal record the whole time we've been doing this podcast. I don't think. I mean, maybe At All Cost.
At All Costs, definitely. We've gotten into punk, but hardly ever metal or thrash or just something this fast and aggressive and like chaotic.
Not even hardcore punk, which we're into all of that shit. And this is, I mean, Electrified Brain, the first track, the title track, is exactly what I expected from Municipal Waste. Killer fucking drums, balls to the wall rhythm pretty much the whole time until like the end where it got kind of chuggy out of nowhere, which I really liked.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, but pretty like fucking, I mean, killer riffs, great guitar solo. I like the hardcore vocal type delivery where there's not really any sort of melody to the vocals. It's just kind of like loud talking.
Yeah.
But I dig it, man. If it's going to be half an hour of this music, I think I'm going to like it a lot.
I think I am too. I'm not sure if we're going to have a lot of different things to say for each track, but
probably
you
not.
know, fuck it, man. Like, this is what I'm up for.
Yeah, I mean, you're dressed for the part, so let's get into track number 2, man. Let's listen to Demoralizer.
All right.
Amazing, dude.
Oh, man.
Man, I love the harmonized... I'm such a sucker for, like, harmonized lead guitar parts that I'll just never get tired of it.
Just and metal is the genre for that, man. I as soon as the song started, instant like heavy Metallica influences.
Yes, sounds like almost like I would imagine, you know, and the And Justice for All era maybe of Metallica, like the most, you know, some of the thrashier stuff that they've written. But this production actually has some low end in the mix, which I can fucking appreciate. It's a nice change.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's kind of why I like new thrash versus old thrash. Old thrash is just so goddamn tinny and fucking trebly, and there's no bass in the mix. You can barely hear the kick drum and everything. I love that they're allowing there to be some fucking balls to this music.
Yeah, man, and balls there are.
Balls
I hope there will remain to be.
I can't tell if they're trying to talk about like social political issues or if the title and concept of a demoralizer just feels like it's about our current state of politics in America. But
I mean, the vibe to me is that it's just like a metal, death, gloom, misery, and that just kind of happens to be the general atmosphere right now.
In our current mental state as the host of the show. But I love the ending riff. I thought it was a cool ending riff on Demoralizer, and it went from Metallica to kind of Judas Priesty there at the end, which I really appreciate. I think either you or another one of our mutual friends like got me to listen to a Judas Priest record a couple years ago because I never really gave them a time of day, and I really dug it. So that it kind of like harkened back to that era of like late 70s metal there at the end.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Yeah, okay, good. I didn't think it was. I would have felt bad if it was you and I didn't remember.
You're just covering all the bases.
I'm assuming it was you. Who knows?
Yeah.
But, all right, man, let's keep this fucking thrash train rolling here. Let's listen to Last Crawl, track number 3. All right, then.
I think I see what you mean when you say they don't take themselves too seriously.
Yeah, that song, Last Crawl, is a great example of the humor that's in thrash music these days, and a huge reason why I love the genre right now. Like, the song is about being too drunk and someone buying you another drink before last call.
Just, like, not able to control yourself. You just, like, well, I might as well fucking lean into it.
I love what they say, like, embrace the chaos or embrace the
carnage.
Embrace the carnage about being too drunk. It's so over the top and so much fun to listen to, man. Like, I officially want to be in this band.
Well, you know, we got Cloak Dagger on our podcast. Maybe we can message them, see if they're taking applications for a second drummer.
Yeah, or if we get Municipal Waste on here, if anyone from Municipal Waste happens to accidentally stumble across this video, please reach out to us. We'd love to have you guys on.
Well, it's more like you're welcome for finding us.
Oh wow.
We'll make sure your next album is good.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. At least you're fucking modest, dude.
Look,
I came out a little hot. You're bringing it back down to earth.
We gotta stay humble.
Yeah, bitch, be humble, Brett.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Let's get down to Grave Dive, huh?
Oh man, can't wait. I used to hate that type of background, like chanty vocals in thrash metal, but it's in this setting. I just fucking love it. Everything feels like a joke to me.
It just fits the mood. You
Yeah.
know, the very quick, very like small guitar solos that are just like
Just obligatory solos on every single song.
yeah.
And like Grave Dive, the concept is like they're digging up graves of their dead fans or whatever, which I think it just reminds me so much of Death Clock, where like they're almost take pride in how many of their fans die at their shows and stuff. It's just, that's the great thing about bands like Municipal Waste, is they're bringing metal to such a ridiculous level that it's self-aware and it's just humorous at this point. Like these guys are almost a comedy band, you know, on certain songs, and I love it.
I mean, like obviously they put some work into this. You know?
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, but Death Clock is fucking hilarious. I mean, think about is Municipal Waste the Flight of the Conchords of the thrash metal world? Like, do they know that they're really funny, but they're still really talented musicians? It's like Steel Panther. Like, you're not going to take away their musicianship, but I mean, they're wrapping it up in this hilarious, ridiculous, you know, rapping that I love it.
or on the other end, maybe they're just completely serious.
Which would, oh man, I don't know if it would make it better or worse for me. If that were the case.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, from their lyrics, I don't
guess
think you
it would
want
make
them to be your enemy.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It would make it kind of fucking scary if they were serious about this. All right, listen to The Bite, which looks like, I mean, it's a minute and a half. Let's it's bite size. Let's get into this. What are these gremlin-ass vocals that were going on there in the pre-chorus?
What is that?
It sounded like an evil wizard in some, like, cheesy-ass cartoon.
A symphony of blended heads.
Yeah, is that just some dude in the band? Or, like, there's no,
That's
like,
gotta
feature
be.
credits on Genius, at least.
I love, like, I love Bludgeoned with a Spinal Cord. That's, like, one of my favorite visuals ever.
The main theme of this album so far has just been violence, killing, gore.
Dismemberment, gore. Yeah,
You know?
it's becoming so at a ridiculous level, these lyrics, that I'm just like, God, I fucking love how far these guys will push it. I mean, even looking at the album cover, it's a fucking flying V guitar being smashed through the skull of someone whose brain is being, like, electrified. It's the best, dude.
And then when in that solo, when the double kick happens,
Oh yeah,
it's
dude.
like, that hasn't, the only time double kick had happened up until now was like at the end when they were kind of doing a woo, like do whatever thing. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know how you can do double kick with music this fast, but I'm
Seriously,
surprised
it's impressive.
we've only heard it like twice. You know,
It's kind of reminds me of like Thrice's albums back in the day, like Artists in the Ambulance and Viesu and everything, where, man, they like pick and choose where those double bass moments happen, and they're so good at making me want more of it that I'm glad that they like kind of hold it back a little bit.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, me too. Fuck yeah, man. We're like halfway through this record, basically, so let's keep it going. The next song is called High Speed Steel. Wow, I did not think that was the end. For some reason, I thought it was going to keep going. That was weird.
That was a cool one. I liked the bridge where we kind of got a little more singy for a second out of nowhere.
And the double bass part during the bridge is fucking sick. Just
Yeah.
And like, I'm a sucker for like palm muted lead parts too, where he's just like kind of going up the note, like
For sure.
Love that sound. You think that song is about having a boner, and I hope you're right.
I think it's about having a boner and like cranking it.
I hope you're right. That would be fantastic. They're really good at switching up rhythms like on a dime, dude. Like, it's really impressive.
Yeah, and they definitely did that with the do together.
Yeah.
It was
where
like
you're
it
like,
took-
whoa, is this getting jazzy for a second?
It took a second to like figure out where the beat was and what they were doing, and then like the guitars come in and was like, oh, okay, all right, I got it.
Yeah, it kind of painted the whole picture there for you. Yeah, that was a great one, dude. I don't think there's been a song I haven't liked so far.
No, I mean, the quality's kept up. I think I might get a little tired of it by the end, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Who knows?
Thermonuclear Protection. Let's get it.
Is that really 3 minutes?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like 3 minutes. Every song has felt like a minute 15 tops.
I know. Not too much to say about that one, except for maybe the chorus was like a little awkward.
Yeah, the vocals and the cadence was a little awkward. I love the dive bombs though. Like,
I mean, yeah, those are classic. I like the little guitar and bass tidbits they did on the bridge where there was like.
Yeah. I mean that song was. I mean, you know, it kind of blends in a little bit with the other ones. There wasn't really anything too much for me to pull out of it.
Let's go on to Blood Vessel / Boat Jail.
Love it. Let's do it.
Holy shit.
Dude, like probably some of the first blast beats we've heard on the record.
I mean, wow. Like,
so fucking stupid.
I love that the gang vocals come in specifically on the words boat jail.
Yeah, I love the random church bell that they would ring every like other 4 measures or something. I love it. I could actually do with more of those longer musical intros, to be honest.
It's like a nice, like the closest we're going to get to a breather on this album, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there was a solid, minute of just music, which I kind of dig. I mean, and it's funny because then there's only 55 seconds of vocals, and then right when the vocals come in, they go from this like nice kind of like head bobbing, chugging rhythm to fucking blast beats, and it's hilarious to me.
No, I was laughing the whole time. It was just great.
Yeah,
It was
it's
great stuff.
It's great. All right, let's keep it going, man.
Crank the heat. That's what you're doing in your room right now.
Oh my god, it's so fucking hot. Jesus.
All right, Municipal Waste, release us from this hell.
Jesus Christ. Only, 6 more songs. All right, let's go.
3, 2,
Oh, you son of a bitch.
1, and go.
We're gonna be off. Man, the drummer fucking killed it on that one.
Yeah, the drummer was great. Those
That was sick.
were a couple of my favorite riffs on the album so far.
Yeah, and another one where I can't tell. I like the lyrics a lot, and I can't tell if they're trying to do some sort of social commentary or maybe get actually personal and real with the lyrics, but I liked them.
Yeah, I like the chorus. Crack it up, crack the.
And just saying he's just trying to find peace of mind, and he needs to, he's just trying to find like some solitary, and I liked it. I feel the same way, singer of Municipal Waste. had to remind myself the band name.
Singer of Fast Band.
Singer of I'm Scared.
Don't come after me.
Please. Even your font scares me.
All right, let's go to Restless and Wicked.
Let's do it. Is it weird that the lyrics made me think of The Mummy Returns on that one?
Yeah.
That's weird?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's weird.
My bad. I mean, restless and wicked she waits, plotting and sealing her fate, enchanting the darkness within, necromancy of the tomb. Come on, man.
Could just be any mummy. It could be any curse. I got more witch vibes from it.
Yeah, well, we're all wrong sometimes, Brett.
All right. Okay.
I liked it though. I like the driving, like a driving double bass rhythm, and I mean, I love the guitar work on this whole album, and Restless and Wicked had even great guitar work.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Another standout guitar moment for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I'm excited about this next one personally.
I have a feeling this is about that one crazy story. I don't know if it was like the Cincinnati Reds or what baseball team it was, but one thing that they tried to do, this is like in the 70s or something, to try and get people to come to their games, was they had a 10-cent beer night.
There's
And
no way that could have gone well.
the stories are legendary, man. I recommend there's a podcast called The Dollop where they talk about really crazy moments in history.
Yeah.
And they have an episode about the 10-cent beer night, and it's fucking insane. So I'm really excited to hear this song.
Well, let's get into it, man.
That's amazing.
Fuck off, dude.
That's amazing.
Rock you like a hurricane right at the end.
Just 2 seconds of "Here I am."
Oh my god.
So good. I was right.
You were right on the money, man.
I was right. Yeah, dude. It's a fucking crazy story. That's a hilarious song, man. I loved it.
I loved it too. I'm excited to hear about that story. I think it's also funny that
crazy.
this is the only song where we've gotten something close to like harmonies on the chorus for vocals.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, as much as I love the kind of hardcore singing delivery where they're just kind of speaking loudly, basically, yeah, I like the chorus in this one a lot. The knife-wielding, chair-tossing drunks, stumbling, stoked, fist-swinging punks. It's so funny, dude.
It kind of reminded me of like The Bruise by No Effects.
Which one's that one?
It's like, we're the Bruise,
Oh, The Bruise.
swastika tattoos. Yeah.
Oi! Yeah,
A little like that kind of vibe, but yeah, that was
For
a
sure.
fun one, man.
that was a fun one, dude.
This one might be a little more serious. I don't know.
I kind of doubt it. It's called Barreled Rage. It sounds kind of fun to me.
All right, well, I guess we'll see just how much fun we have. Man, sometimes you just gotta get a nice fucking brew on, baby.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to kill your rival, take out their brain, and make beer out of it. Sometimes that's just what you got to do.
Look, that's how you get those grainy oaken fucking hops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a song about making beer from your victim's brain. Can you get more fucking municipal waste than that? I don't think you can.
I mean, that's
all that needs to be said.
That's all we need to say about that one.
That's all that needs to be said. Putting on errors. Let's go.
All right, that was a kind of an interesting one musically.
Yeah, we actually got some like Oz, some background vocals.
Yeah, which is okay. Like, why not? I guess.
Another one too, lyrically, that I feel like I could be reading into it a little bit too much, but it kind of sounds like it's some social commentary again.
No, I think this one for sure is definitely like, I mean, fuck the people in power and like bring down the government and the system and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, saying like, we've seen intolerance from all your actions, never felt no remorse or only satisfaction. We don't care that it's just a state of things today. What you've dealt is just a game we like to play. Talking about lack of compassion, how much people are cashing in right now.
Yeah.
I love it. I loved it. I think that was one of my favorites on the album.
Yeah, that one's definitely going to be at least an honorable mention. We'll see.
For sure.
We'll see.
Well, let's wrap this thing up with my favorite song title on the record, Paranormal Janitor.
All right, buddy, let's get to it.
Getting kind of freaked out.
I don't know, man. We got to get out of here.
Oh, what are we going to do?
I'll scoop.
Oh, Skips. That was I think low-key and maybe not so low-key, the drummer is very quickly becoming my favorite thing on this record.
I mean, he's absolutely killing it. The tightness of these guys is actually
It's stupid.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I guess what comes of being in a speed metal thrash band for 20 years.
Yeah, I guess you get they got a lot of practice in.
They get tight.
I love the theme of that song or the whatever. It's like I love that it's about a fucked up supernatural high school that a janitor has to like clean up all the mess all the time.
Yeah, municipal high. Like
yeah,
I
municipal
wonder
high.
I was thinking, are they talking about themselves, or maybe they're like talking about the people who have to clean up the venues after they play or something?
Maybe so. Ah, shit. Yeah, that's. I didn't think about that. I think it's definitely the most melodic song on the record too, though. It's a good closer.
Yeah, and it was man, it came out. It's not like there's many songs on this record that don't come out just going crazy hard in the paint, but this one came out crazy hard in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the drums like starting out just
Yeah.
like it just starts out like manic and ridiculous already. All right, man. Well, we just heard the whole album Electrified Brain from Municipal Waste, dude. What are your favorite songs out of all the ones that we just heard?
Man, it's a little hard to decide between favorites. It usually
there's not a ton of differentiation, right?
Yeah, it came down to like, oh, there was a cool thing or two,
right,
that made it unique enough that I'm gonna like this one.
Right.
My honorable mentions are Paranormal Janitor. Really like that one. Came out the gates absolutely crazy. Kept it up the whole time. And Putting on Errors, which I think had some of the more interesting music. But my first choice nug is going to be Blood Vessel Boat Jail.
Dude, that one was probably the weirdest one on the record because it had a minute of just instrumentals and then it just had blast beats for the last like 50 seconds, basically. I
love the speed. It almost sounded like the singer was like rapping. How fast they had to like say their words.
For sure.
Locked up at boat jail. I love the gang so vocals
stupid.
And
it almost sounds like they're on a cruise and they fucking hate it. That's kind of what I made a story to be.
Yeah, man, and I just
I get it. Have you ever been on a fucking cruise? It does feel like boat jail.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of cruises, but my mom is, and I've gone on a couple. It's fine. Whatever. I don't recommend it.
It's weird that there's a very specific demographic that seems to be really into cruise ships.
Well, I'm sure consisting mainly of like old people who are in retirement.
Yes.
There was a couple in Seattle who they're using their retirement to just stay on cruises.
I've heard about these people, yeah.
And one of them's like a financial advisor, and they're like, yeah, it's cheaper to stay on cruises for the next however many years than to like have a house here.
Yeah, how crazy is that, dude? And they get to travel the world.
It's like I'm glad they figured that out, but like, fuck, man, like, dude, I'm never gonna be able to have a house.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, it's. I would only go on a cruise if they had 10-cent beer night every night.
I don't think that cruise would go very long.
Personally. Well, I just don't think a lot of people would live long on the cruise. I think it'll keep going with or without them.
But yeah, that was my first one. What is your first one?
I also have some honorable mentions, man. I liked a lot of the songs on this record, but the ones that definitely stand out are The Bite. Loved Blood Vessel Boat Jail. I loved 10-cent beer night. And Putting on Errors, Paranormal Janitor, Barreled Rage. All of that I thought was great. My first choice nug, though, my first favorite song has got to be Last Crawl. I think it's such a great example of the humor that we were talking about at the beginning and like thrash and thrashcore these days. And I love the topic that it's just about being way too drunk and someone buying you a drink and you're like, God damn it. Like, I don't want this fucking drink.
I think I love the kind of hybrid of thrash, violence, and humor that they found on this song, where it's like it's goofy, but it also displays a very colorful image of like how messy and how like nasty this whole event is. Yeah,
and because of the music, he legitimately sounds pissed off that someone bought him another drink. Which I love. Like, Last Crawl was the first song on the record that made me want to be in Municipal Waste. Like, I would love to play this song.
But not the last.
So
I'd like to play one song with them. I don't think I could do any more than that.
I can't imagine the forearms on the guitars that they have. I mean on
everyone.
They gotta have forearms like fucking redwoods.
Could you imagine the bassist?
I can't imagine the drummer's calves. Like,
how do you play a show like this? How do you play 30 minutes of this?
Much less an hour, right? Like how do you listen to this for an hour too? I mean, that's a whole nother thing.
I mean, yeah, that's a whole other thing we might get into later. But it's like, fuck, man, no, y'all are gonna die if you do this for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I almost got a coronary from it.
My second favorite song is Crank.
Really?
Fucking-
Crank that heat?
Yeah, crank the heat, baby.
Okay.
It had my favorite riffs on the record with the intro riff and the verse riff. I thought those were really cool for some reason, really got to me, and I liked the chorus.
Yeah, crank that heat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Well, my second favorite song, I think, is High Speed Steel.
High Speed Steel.
Yeah, because your idea that it might be about a boner, your theory about that, I think is hilarious.
Pretty sure fire, I'd say.
You're probably fucking dead on with that. I don't think we should dig too deep into their lyrics, honestly. But I love the double bass part during the bridge, and I love the lead guitar part where he's palm muting that, like just doing that kind of going up the neck. I love that.
Yeah.
I love the switch up of the rhythm that we called out, where it's just like we didn't fully understand where they were going with this weird rhythm they started out of nowhere. And
Yeah, the only time
They're
they do
just-
that rhythm on the record.
yeah, the only time, but they're really good. They do it on a lot of the songs. They're really good at switching up time signatures just on a fucking dime, and I love it, man.
Well, damn, man. I guess we'll get into kind of rankings and ratings.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Let's what are our ratings for this? I'll go ahead and go first, man. Like, I knew what we were getting into with Municipal Waste. I think you kind of did too a little bit because you checked out a couple of their songs that they had released before this album.
Yeah.
I really like their sound, dude. I love thrashcore. I love crossover thrash, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a really fun genre of music. Like I know me and you are both loving all this combination of music that's happening nowadays, where you're combining thrash with hardcore punk, and then you're combining dance music with fucking metal sometimes also, and new metal with like current rock stuff, and I really love it, man. Like bands like Nuclear Assault, Municipal Waste, Attitude Adjustment, Insanity Alert. I'm just digging all of those sounds so much. So I think I love the vocal delivery. I think the production is fucking incredible. I think that's probably one of the most impressive things on the record. The fact that you can have these hyper distorted guitars, these drums are going insane, this vocalist that's just basically screaming at you the entire time, and everything is very clear and nothing feels muddled or like it's not difficult to listen to. I think the guitars really stood out a lot. The drums ended up being my favorite thing on the fucking record. Every song had an obligatory solo, which I love. And once I think it took me way too long to realize that thrash and especially thrashcore are just extremely influenced by punk music, like how Metallica is just super influenced by the Misfits.
Yeah.
It took me way too long to realize that. And once I started hearing that, really made me open my mind to this genre. And Municipal Waste, I gotta say, is one of the best doing it right now. So, I don't think this album is a lot of substance in terms of the lyrics. I think the music is super, super fun. I think the production is probably the most impressive thing. Like I said, I'm going to give it a solid, for what it is, dude, I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. That's not bad.
They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, man, and they're doing it really fucking well. The musicianship is top-notch across the whole album, so I got to give it up to them.
Well, I'm going to go a little lower.
I figured.
I think everything you said, I agree with. I think we're kind of like in sync on how we feel about this one.
Yeah.
The lyrics are funny at times and just like extra, though it usually just delves into like violent imagery, and that's about it. Which is like not something I tend to be into that often.
I love when it's almost tongue-in-cheek, though. That's what makes me love it.
That's the good stuff, sure.
Yeah.
But when you spend an entire verse just like, skeleton dead, arm thrashed, it's kind of like, all right.
What is it, bludgeoning you with a severed spine or something? Amazing.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
If we were listening to the entire album in one go, I don't know if I would have had the stamina. We got a nice little tiny break in between each song to kind of like breathe. I don't usually have a good stamina for stuff that's this fast and like the guitars are going this crazy and stuff.
Right.
If I was in a different mood, I probably wouldn't like it as much, but I'm just in a fucking thrashy mood right now.
Same, dude.
So I'm gonna give it like a 7.6.
Solid, dude. Solid. Buddies, what did you guys think of this album? Are you guys into Municipal Waste? I assume you are if you're watching this video. But if you haven't heard them yet and you're into heavy metal or you're into just fast music and aggressive music, I would say check out Electrified Brain from Municipal Waste. I think you're going to dig it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And if you guys love this band, fucking let us know in the comments, dude. What other albums should we listen to by Municipal Waste? It's awesome, dude. We probably have like 10 plus records that have been suggested to us by our listeners, and I'm so excited to dive into those. We're going to be doing fan recommended episodes soon where we're going to be doing kind of the same idea where we do really quick 10-15 minute reviews of albums that you guys have suggested just because we want to put them out, you know? Like, it's not like we don't want to dedicate an entire episode. We just want to fucking do it for you guys. We want to thank you for listening. Thank you for getting involved. And with that said, give us a subscribe, give us a like, recommend this video to your friends. Comment, let us know what you guys thought of this album, what you guys think of us, I guess, if you guys want to tell us.
But you don't have to go that deep. It doesn't got to get personal.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think of Brett's vest? Maybe that's what we can get into.
What do you think of my fucking shirt?
What is your shirt?
That's Puppy Kush Coma, baby. That's Nova Online, baby.
I don't know.
Check out their art store.
About.
Check out their Twitter. Buy their merch.
Okay, sure. Go check out whatever Brett just said for you to check out. Check us out on Spotify, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Watch our other YouTube videos. We have a bunch of these in our back catalog. Keep an eye open. Next week, we're going to be coming out with a new shorty. We're maybe coming out with some more of these full-length episodes in the next month or two. We got some changes going on in the back end here. Maybe some really exciting news. We'll keep you guys updated on all that. But, Brett, what would you rate this episode, man?
I'm rating this episode 110 miles an hour, baby.
Yes, I'm going to rate this episode 10 cents out of 10.
10 cents out of 10 cents.
Yeah, get drunk, listen to this album. Follow us on Instagram at EVPcast. Follow our YouTube page. And thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next time.
See y'all. Bye.
Brett, was this good, though?
Lucas, this was very good.
Yeah!
All right, bye.
Bye.